Capricorn, welcome to your general reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. What's going on for Capricorn? Show me Capricorn, please. Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on for Capricorn? Let's do one more. Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on for Capricorn? The Emperor. Everybody's pulling this. Four of Swords, the Six of Swords. I'm trying to give up control. Capricorn. Everybody's pulling. All the Earth signs. Y'all all pulled Emperor today. I've like shuffled this thing 20 times in between yours and everyone else's video. Everybody's getting Emperor today, apparently. Oh, but here's what's funny. The Capricorn, I'm looking compared to like Virgo and Taurus. Yours is like, I'm trying to give up control. So I'm trying to give up my need for control. Okay, I'm trying to free myself from this. I'm trying to be more independent from myself and that need to control and to have things just so. I hope you're successful, honey. Because there's something within you that you want more peace than not. So Four Swords, I got healing here. I would like to relax a little bit. Six of Swords, I want to move the hell on, and I want to do so peacefully, and I don't want to hear any shit for myself. I would just like to move on. So you're actually trying to heal. In terms of standing in your power, you actually seem to be wanting to do the opposite of that. It's like, I really don't want so much power right now. I would like to breathe. I'd like to take a break. I'd like to move forward. Okay? How that applies to your love life, we shall see. But for some of you, that underlying is Nine of Pentacles. You would rather just feel better about yourself and more comfortable in yourself as opposed to being the manager, the operator, the director, that kind of thing. Oh my goodness. What is going on with Earth? I'm dead serious, guys. You don't even know how much I shuffle these and sage and blah, blah, blah in between each reading, you know? Earth is like, I'm in control this week. What can I tell you? Yeah, I can see that. Show me that current energy, please. Of course, I do recall parts of your last reading. It was quite lovely. Show me the current energy, please, for Capricorn. It's nice to see that for you. Show me that current energy, please. The Tower. Oh, weird. Okay, Hanged Man. Two of Wands. You seem to understand that if you want to make progress, you will have to make a decision. So you've suspended said decision. It's not like you're not aware that it's here. It seems to be active awareness, but you haven't seemed to fully engaged in it either. So the Tower is meant to be in our best benefit, but that's not always the easiest thing to confront. Okay, especially if it requires radical change in our love energy, our physical energy, our spiritual energy, you name it. Okay, any and all those things. And then we have the Hanged Man. It's like, not today. Not today. Two of Wands, but I'm aware of it. You know, if I want to make changes, it's on me, Capricorn's energy says. All right. What's going on with you? Okay. What is going on? Show me the future, please. Show me the future, please, for this Capricorn energy. Show me the future, please. So it tells me you're not, you know, you're not trying to ignore it. It's just, but I do believe you're putting it off until you feel like you can make a comfortable decision about whatever it is that's going on with you. But I know it's on the emotional level. Show me the future, please, for this Capricorn. Show me the future, please. Oh my goodness, what is on your mind? It's like we try to do this the peaceful way. Under my authority, under my design. I tried to do this the peaceful way, just move on, resign myself. That's not working because now the idea of change is much more apparent. It's been put off. Hanged Man, not yet, but it seems to be coming from a conscious space. Okay, Two of Wands, like I'm aware I have a decision to make, right? Because this kind of like, I was just hoping to peacefully move forward and shit would work out. That didn't seem to happen. Show me the future, please. Three of Swords, Death, Six of Cups. Decision has been made. Nine of Pentacles is underlying again. It's going to hurt you, or it's going to hurt to some extent. I don't know who's doing what here. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's them. But there is a connection here ending. And it's either a Six of Cups or you're going to be opening to a Six of Cups after an ending. I can't tell which yet because they're both under the future orientation. It's going to hurt you. I'm not saying it isn't, and I'm not saying these things are easy. But to pull death. Back here in your current orientation line, understanding dramatic change, not dramatic, but necessary change. The Tower wouldn't be here unless it was as such. Okay. You know, it's not just change then. It requires an ending for you to find whatever it is you're looking for. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Three of Swords, the Death. Yes, it's going to hurt to end whatever this is. And you are either ending a connection that is a Six of Cups, we'll see, or you're going to be entering one after that transition. Let's find out. There is a connection here that's coming to an end. Show me that overview, please, for Capricorn. Your energy's like, I'm tired of being the decision maker. I'm tired. Can't we just peacefully move forward and see how it goes? I'm tired. I don't, The Magician. Let's start right there. What are you trying to manifest, Capricorn? Again, manifest your freedom. Stronger sense of independence, of self. Nine of Pentacles. I just want to be comfortable again. I just want to be me again. I want to be in my own garden again. I'm a strong, independent person. I can be free. Let's see. Show me the Magician. What's going on? It's interesting, Capricorn. It's very interesting. A lot of strong-willed energy here. I've got Aries, Pisces, Scorpio. Not that that means anything, but people like it when I call out the signs. Okay, show me the Magician, please. Are you seriously? Okay. Huh? There it is. Dead silent all day today, which is unusual. There it is. You can't hear it, but I promise you it's there. The incorrigible whine of a leaf blower. Trimmer. It's not a mower. Not that I can tell. But there it is. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name's Christina. What's going on? It's for someone who lives in the burbs, and I straight up live in suburbia. The amount of noise, let me tell you. Suburban noise, though. But it's always like, it's hyperactive suburban noise. Anyway, I want to say it's been quiet all day. But there it is, just in time for your reading, Capricorn. Don't you feel special? Show me the Magician, please. Show me the Magician, please, for that Capricorn energy. Chariot to the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Some of you want to, honey, you don't just want to love, you want to be in love. Big difference, right? Big difference between loving someone and being in love with them. Absolutely. Show me the Magician. Some of the others, I want to manifest being in love. Show me the Magician, please, for Capricorn. The energetic overview. Not yet. Oh, really? What's it trying to walk away from? Show me. What are we trying to walk away from here? Knight of Pentacles. Oh, but your energy turns back around. Hierophant. Card of Taurus. Some of you want to. Whoa. Couple thoughts. Interpretation here. Some of you in the literal translation, you want the strength under your own particular energy, but also thoughtful, okay? Planned, Knight of Pentacles energy, thoughtful and planned. You want to will within yourself the strength to walk away from a commitment. You want it. I'm not saying it's easy, that's why the Magician's here. You wish you had more strength, your own natural Knight of Pentacles, slow, steady, sure, confident, planned. You wish you had more of that Magician energy to exit a commitment, or alternative, the Hierophant representing that structure, that box, that like-minded thinking that this is what we sign up to, therefore we have to adhere to. Some of you want to break free from the script, from the box. You want to turn that box upside down, turn it on its fucking head, break the rules, get out of the normative, break free. Kept seeing that Nine of Pentacles for you. There it is. Nine of Pentacles for you, underlying freedom, sense of self, individuation. Many of you wish to find yourselves out of commitment, straight up. Not gonna lie, it's right here. And I'm seeing something ending. And I see that there is a decision to be made, or is yet to be made. You seem to be aware of it. Some of you are looking for that strength to walk away from a commitment. And others of you, simply just to find yourselves again. To drop a litany of rules that no longer apply to you. I need to see which is which, but I can already kind of tell what I'm leaning towards based on your baseline. Okay. The Emperor, please. Show me this Emperor, please. Okay. Show me this Emperor, please. Show me the Emperor, please. Show me the Emperor, please. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. What do I do with something that is terribly, terribly strenuous to me and I'm always in charge of, or I always feel responsible for? Show me the Emperor, please. The weight's all on me. That's you. Like I said, the weight's all on me. That's you. You're not exactly on the same page with yourself emotionally. Like all the responsibilities on me. And I don't necessarily want it to be. Two of Swords. I'm confused about what to do with that Ten of Swords. Do I end things? Why do I feel like the responsibility is 100% on me? And I don't know if that's what I want. I don't know if that's what I want. You're manifesting some sort of ending. You want to walk away from a commitment. Can I work it out? Eight of Pentacles? Ten of Swords? Why does it feel like all the weight's on me? I'm confused, and I don't even know if that's what I want. But why do I feel like all the weight's on me? You feel like you need the strength? Eight of Pentacles. Show me this Four of Swords, please. You are doing your best to stand in your power, but you also simultaneously feel like all the weight falls on you. I know you want to do the right thing, but you're not necessarily convinced of what the right thing is. You seem to be confused about that. I just know that you feel the bearance of the weight. Show me the Four of Swords, please. Show me that Four of Swords, please. Show me that Four of Swords, please. So we're trying to heal. Nine of Pentacles. What would you do as an individual? Interesting. You're trying to heal that sense of self, that Nine of Pentacles I see in you. The stars. It's like you're trying to gain perspective about what would you do if you were an individual, if you were free to follow your own pathway. The idea of it lights you up. And it feels good and it feels restorative, but it's still a thought. So, your thoughts of independence has been on your mind for some time. It feels good when you think about it. And you would like to take ownership of it. A sense of freedom. And going towards your star. What is right for you. Your biggest hope and wish. Some of you are trying to get more acquainted or better acquainted with the idea, and some of you are trying to talk yourselves out of it. Again, you're kind of seem to be riding on that particular. I just know that the energy generated from the thought alone seems to make you feel good, energetically speaking. And then Six of Swords. Show me the Six of Swords, please. Man, you're trying to move away from your heart space. Queen of Cups. Or, yeah. Whoa. Oh, honey. Six of Swords. The World, the Queen of Cups. As you try to exit, you also want to enter. What the fuck does that mean? Hold on. I see the weight of your responsibility. Or that you, in your estimation, you feel like it's all on you. And you don't even know if you want this. You don't know if you're ready to cut it out. You don't know if you can compromise with it. I do know that when you get quiet time and you get into a space of your own, you have a sense of self that is individual. And it feels correct, strong, powerful. Sense of self. Hope for the self too. It's a quiet space. It's like I said, your energy is trying to heal itself to this, warm itself up to it. A sense of freedom and independence. Following the stars as you see them. Okay, as you see fit. And there's times when you're like, Capricorn, stop being so stupid, just move forward. Six of Swords, please. And then the World pops up. It's like you are neither exiting nor entering. Six of Swords of the World. You can neither make an exit nor make an entrance. Okay? I just know your heart's involved with that Queen of Cups there. Whatever it is you decide will directly affect your emotionality. You know that, don't you? So far, the energy's on a loop. Capricorn, just move on. Nope. But your heart's involved. So I know love is at the center of this. I do. The Emperor. Oh my. That's, you haven't done a damn thing. It's not because you don't want to. The Emperor likes to get shit done. Always. Always the Emperor likes to get shit done. But until he knows what he's doing, he tends to clamp down. I gotta control this. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Again, it's just like the weight of the energy is falling on me. The only time I see you smile and look good and feel good, okay, is when you think or contemplate on your own sense of self. There's freedom. And when your energy is like, move it along, Capricorn, just you don't know what you're doing, just move it along. Get out of this. Get out of this. There's no way you're doing shit right now. Well, world comes and flips you back over. In other words, you're not ready to make that decision yet. And I know your heart space is involved. Queen of Cups is here. Okay? Your emotional world is at stake. Are you exiting love? Are you entering love? Are you doing both? Oh my. Capricorn, typically your energy's... Oh, I can see that insistence in you. The thing is, honey, why do you feel like it's on you? If you're in a connection with somebody, surely you must know what their feelings are towards you, and that should inform you of your decision making. So why do you feel like you're not informed? I see that you want to answer from yourself. I do. In your love space, your heart space, your Queen of Cups space is talking to you to some extent. Both begging you to stay and begging you to go. So I know your emotional world is up in the air. So where's the input from the other person? Why do you feel like it all weighs on you? Why do you feel like that decision comes down to you? You're either receiving what you need or you're not. You either have the love that you want or you don't. You're either in a connection that serves you beyond the material realm or you don't. You know, this connection is either worth keeping or it's worth letting go. And the other person, by proxy, has to be informing you of how they experience that shared world with you. So why do you feel like it all comes down to you? Perhaps I'll see more of the other person's energy. I would. I know that your reaction, I'm not saying your reaction to this is wrong, honey. I'm not. I see what you would like to do versus what you're allowing yourself to do. Okay? Rather, you haven't made up your mind yet, as we see. You have to do what's right for you, always. If you want to leave a commitment or a connection, and that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. So then why are you holding yourself back? Why aren't you moving forward? What is the other person you're connected to? What are they informing you of or not informing you of? I know your heart's at stake. And I know that you would rather just leave your heart behind because that would make things so much easier. But in so doing, honey, you would leave your heart behind. You know that, so your energy cycles back around saying it's not ready. Emperor, stop all activity. But the only time I see your energy smile is when it's quiet, it's on its own, and it's not without it's with no influence. In other words, quiet time, space time, meditation, prayer, healing of some sort. And that's when it feels good. That sense of freedom of self, the freedom to choose, it makes you smile. Show me the Tower. Show me the Tower, please. Show me the Tower. The Hanged Man's at the heart of your reading. Literally, nothing has happened in either direction. Excuse me. The Tower. Show me the Tower, please. Show me the Tower, please. Nope. Show me the Tower, please. If you're new to my channel, I prefer it when they fully flip or hit the table. 10 of Wands. Oh, my. Oh, yes, the strain, the Empress. Ah, there's the weight of the other person. There's the weight of the other person. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Why does it feel like it's all on you? Here I have the entry of someone else's energy. And it's under strain, marked with strain, burden, hardship. That is the Ten of Wands. Are they helping or hindering? Obviously they're hindering if you feel like you're on your own. Little FYI. Knights of Pentacles. The Stars. Two of Pentacles underlying. Here's why. A part of you with that Knight of Pentacles energy, the same part of you that slowly but surely has recognized the steadiness of your energy to some extent. You wish you had the you wish to walk away from a commitment. You do. Then that same Knight of Pentacles reappears and says, maybe this is what I still want. I told you it's a delayed tower. Nothing's happened yet. I'm just saying you go like this. That's all I'm saying you do. On one hand, I'd like to walk away and be independent. On the other hand, I still kind of have hope for this, even though it's strenuous. Their energy doesn't seem to be lending to the experience or helping. So why this person's energy is marked with so much hardship, I don't know, but they seem to represent that choice. It's a delayed choice, as we see. But part of you turns back around on this person's energy and says, I still kind of have hope for it. I think, maybe. And I don't know, and until I know, I'm not going to do anything. And it's a strain, and that tower is getting ever more oppressive. You're oppressive? This person's energy is oppressive? Suffocating? Is that why? Oh. Is that why I'm getting that overwhelming sense from you? Why everything's on me? I see. I see. Everything's on me. I know that this person is someone who carries a lot of weight in your eyes as the Empress. But a true Empress is projective. They give more than they take. Because it comes from a place of love. So if that were true, then their energy shouldn't be so, well, strenuous. So I know they've come to mean a lot to you over time, but and long enough that you still hope for it, even if it's in a slow measure, you still hope for it in your own way. That's why you haven't pulled the trigger on this tower, and this is why you feel like everything is on you. They are neither lending to or nor taking away from the energetic equation here. So again, there's that huge, at least that's what I'm getting, there's this huge sense that it's all on me. And until I know what the hell I'm doing nothing. Suspend that shit. Emperor. Carry on in the meantime. Business as usual. Here's one side of your energy, wanting to walk away. Here's the other side, delaying. And this is the only time I see your smile, honey. At the thought of your independence. It's like your energy's trying to warm up to it, I swear to God. Show me the Hanged Man, please. 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 Five of Pentacles, there it is. You know the reality involved. Like I said, you're not delusional. You're aware of a decision to be made. You're very aware of it. Very. Like I said, from pretty much the entry, I'm looking at a Capricorn today who says it's all on me. I'm the one that has to make the decision. I'm the one that has to pull the trigger. I'm the one who wants to walk away, but it's hard. Making this kind of level of change is hard for me. So, look, truth. This kind of level of change we're talking about, it's so much so, it's so strenuous that it's a part of you is holding out hope for it. Right? Because that kind of change is hard. We're talking real world endings here of some sort of connection. One where time is built into it. I can see that. And you know it's all on you. Your energy's made that very clear. And that's why, honey Capricorn, that's what I'm saying. What's delayed your hand is A, you're still not fully acquainted with the idea of you being an individual. You like the idea of it a lot. You even have hope for it. It makes you feel good. But you have not fully become acquainted with if that's what you want. And second, it would just be easier, right, if you held out hope instead of engaging in radical change. It would just be easier to hope that this connection would work out than having to actually do anything about it. And that's okay. That's a reasonable thought. I just don't want you to stay in that hope because, honey, if you had reasonable hope by now, well, you would have had reasonable hope for this connection by now. I know you're trying to figure out what to do. We have the Five of Pentacles with the Hanged Man. Literally, the break is on delay. Part of you hopes to move away from this commitment. Part of you hopes it will still work out. It requires so much change. It's like, I don't know if I can do that. I beg to differ. You already know that you can. You just haven't embraced it yet. You're still warming up to it. Your heart's at play here. As you try to move on from the sense of freedom and self, your energy pulls it right back. Says, hell no, Capricorn, you're not done with this. You're not done with this. Alright? And not knowing what else to do, we do nothing. Five of Pentacles with the Hanged Man, that's delayed breaking. Literally, that's the translation, is a delayed break. You know, delaying that tower. Delaying the hardship that comes with it. Page of Cups and the Chariot. You're trying to open up towards love in this interim of doing nothing. Okay? You're trying to talk yourself into love. You're trying to talk yourself out of love. And the result is still nothing. So I know your heart's at play here. As you exit one heart space, I know you have the potential to go into another. But it still requires radical change, and that's scary as shit. Right? Part of you wants to break free from your own feelings. And a part of you wants to break from the situation so you can feel feelings again. Yes, both are correct. I'm seeing your process. That's your decision. Okay? Show me the Two of Wands, please. Let's see, because it's on your mind, to say the least. Show me that Two of Wands, please. You would like to feed your heart space again, and I do believe you'd like to be in love again. I do. But again, it requires change. Part of you holds out hope to walk away. Another part of you holds out hope that this will just miraculously get better. So you don't have to deal with it. Right? So again, think about that point of view. So you don't have to deal with it. It's all on me. Think about that point of view. Think about that point of view. Is it really all on you, or is the person that you were considering breaking from does not contribute to their energy. And in which case, you already know what to expect from that. Again, it's all on you. So is that person helping you or hindering you? Because if you really truly feel like this all comes down to you, and this is your decision, then what would you be staying for? Just so you can keep on in this energy? Excuse me, show me this 2 of Wands, please. Something to think about. I'm not saying they're an asshole. I don't know. All I know is that King of Cups, you want love. That's what you want. King of Cups, that's what you want. You want love. You want to make a decision in love. And it's hard to when you feel so disconnected from it. I know. What else, please? I can see that energy in you. You would like to invest in your own heart space. Well, you would like to invest in your chariot again. But you're still confused. You still insist that you're confused. You still insist you don't know what to do. I call bullshit. I think you know exactly what you want to do. It's just, it's hard. Granted, it's really fucking hard. And perhaps from some of you and your points of view, to do this, you'll be the bad guy. If it well and truly is all on you, how much of a bad guy are you really? If you feel like you're left alone to your own devices to make all the decisions in a connection, it's not really fair, is it? There wouldn't be a decision here, Capricorn, unless there was reasons to begin with. Think about that. Are you getting love from this connection, yes or no? Because you seem to have some very strong ideas of where you could get it. Or that you at least have the potential to, because your energy is marked with potential, just not from this connection. The only thing that you vaguely conclude on the positive level with this Empress, I kind of hope it'll get better. That way I don't have to deal with it. And your love energy only opens up under the contemplative. Not for this situation, but it's under contemplation. Over here, over here, over here. All delayed. So that tells me I know you know it exists or has the strong potential to. Just not with this person. So what does that tell you? How confused are you really? Is it you just not wanting to do the thing? Okay, because I can tell you're overthinking your feelings, and I can tell they're being provoked somewhere outside of you. But not into this. This, it's all on me energy isn't love energy. That's maintenance, honey. That's a maintenance gig. Okay? Are you the maintenance guy of relationships? Are you the maintenance girl? Well, it's all on me. Yeah, it's all on you keeping it together too, apparently. Every time I see your emotional energy trying to go outward, you pull it back. So I know it has a healthy response to something or someone outside of this connection. And it's strong. And it's here about 3 or 4 times. Where are we now? I got a King, Queen of Cups, and a Chariot. All on delay mode. Every single one of them. Your heart has other places it would like to be, but it needs permission from you. And that means doing the hard thing. And the only thing I can tell from you is that the hard thing, is that the right thing? Honey, where your feelings are involved in terms of your love energy, yes. In terms of your sense of responsibility in the material world, only you can determine that. I'm not saying it's convenient. Clearly, your energy suggests breaking ties with this would be a massive inconvenience. It would be better to just go along with the norm. So part of you holds out hope for that while simultaneously holding out hope that you can walk away from it. So what needs do you need to have satisfied, Capricorn? Because I just want you to get out of this. That's it. What needs of yours are being satisfied? In this connection? In the potential of a new love connection? It's literally delaying. And it's strong in you. And it's like the more you desire that love, the bigger the inconvenience of this gets. There you are, underlying. Whew. I hope you get there just in terms of resolution. Because it's looking like you are 3 of Swords, Death, 6 of Cups. We'll see. I just want you to have resolution, honey. I hate this kind of energetic tension. This is horrible energetic tension. It's way too high. It's way too high. I can tell that you are emotionally absent from a connection. A committed one, most likely. The one that would cause you the greatest inconvenience to alter or change or break from. And when your heart space tries to move on, you pull it back. But it gets such... I'm done with love. No, I'm not. I'm done with this connection. No, I'm not. I want new love. No, I don't. I want my independence. No, I don't. I just want to get you out of that, honey. All you can do is make the best decisions you can while you're alive. Okay? But until you make a decision, you're going to stay in this state of tension. Show me that 3 of Swords, please. Show me that... Yeah, I can see it's on your mind. 10 of Swords. And can I heal it? Is it over or can I heal it? Honey, I think you would know the answer by now. Okay? I would think you know the answer by now. Show me the 3 of Swords, please. You already have one, I believe. Show me that 3 of Swords, please. Show me that 3 of Swords, please. Honey, the more you deny it, the more you hurt yourself. That's the literal translation. The more you deny this, the more you pull the Emperor out your pocket and insist your love... I got news for you. Your love space isn't going anywhere. I know it'd just be easier for you to shut down your feelings. Well, guess what? It isn't. You want to know how I know? Look at this energetic tension. So you just not dealing with your feelings and you just shutting them down is in fact the opposite. It's not the... I know it seems like an easy fix, but it's actually costing you a lot. That so-called easy fix is costing you a great deal. The Emperor, see, look at that. It's causing you, it's literally 3 swords, causing you pain to act like you don't have feelings. That you don't want to love and to be loved. What is with the earth signs this week? You guys killed it last time, and now what is going on? Seriously, what's going on? I got the King of Cups for you twice, the Queen of Cups for you once, the Chariot, all cut in half or repressed, suppressed. What's up with that? I'm going to insist like I don't have feelings, and that's that. Not for you. No, honey. No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. It is causing you pain. In other words, the tension has not been eased. Show me death, please. At least not yet. Let's see if there's some resolution here. Heavy emphasis on the Emperor, the need for control. Honey, it's that same control that's causing you all this hardship. And then you reinforce it. Well, it's all on me. If it is all on you, then make a decision. In either direction. Just one that's correct for you. Show me death, please. Show me death, please. I'm not picking on you, Capricorn. I just want you to see the severity and appreciate the severity of your situation. Because this is too much tension. This is way too much tension. This is way too much tension. Show me death, please. show me death, please. Stop. 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 Stop delaying. You're still insisting you're not ready. You're still insisting you don't know. You're still insisting, Capricorn. You've hanged man that too, death. The more you clamp down on that emotional energy, the more you feel the need to love and be loved, which, by the way, is a basic human need. I don't know if anyone's pointed that out to you, so I'm happy to do that for you today. It is a basic human need to love and be loved. You're clearly not getting it from this situation. That's why you feel like it's all on you, because this person surrounding you is not informing you enough to help you make a decision. In other words, they're neutral. They're the opposite of an empress. They're an unproductive empress. So they add to the strain, if anything else. Even if they're not neutral, it's still negative under that context. The responsibility falls on you. You know that. It would be easier for you to walk away from this. You wished you could. You wish you had the strength for it. And when you think about your individual energy on its own, it's the only time I see you smile. It's the only time I see you smile. And when you're happy and relaxed is when you think about yourself on your own, following your own star. When you find your sense of self and freedom. So that tells me also, P.S., that this person does not foster that energy. Otherwise, you would not be in want of it. If this person really allowed you to be an individual within the context of your relationship, you wouldn't be desiring it so much. You both in equal parts wish you had more strength to walk away from it, and you also wish you had more strength to deal with it, because it requires too much radical change. So you hang it off. You just put it off. Hangman, I'm delaying the break. I'm delaying the break. At least over here you had a conscious decision and you knew it. But now when push comes to shove, at least energetically as well as in the real world, you double down on it and you say no. And there will be a push comes to shove type moment. When it goes from Capricorn, if you're not going to make a decision, I'm going to confront you with one. And your reaction is, hell no, you won't. And when you do, the more you want that love, the more you clamp down on your energy, and so too do you hurt yourself. And now, here I was like, okay, here's the moment. Here's the moment, y'all. Here's the moment. Death. 3 of Wands. You're waiting. Why are you waiting? Hanged Man, you are still waiting on yourself to make a decision. You're not allowing yourself to feel your feelings. What you actually have in this connection versus what it is that you actually want. You're still putting it off. You don't know if it's the practical thing to do. I've seen that Queen of Pentacles for you a couple times underlying. Show me the 6 of Cups, please. Show me that 6 of Cups, please. Honey, the only person you're waiting on is yourself. Show me. You still say, you don't know. You're still undecided. If this person is a soul bond or not. If this is a love. Honey. Let me know if you're connecting to Aries suicide. Honey. Something either is or it isn't. You either have love and you know you do. Or you don't have love. And it works both ways. You either have love for that connection, that situation, or that person. You are either... And by the way, I'm sure you do love this person. But there's one thing about your energy that's tried to sneak around the bush here. Am I in love with them? And you're still saying you don't know. I don't know if it's a soul bond. I don't even know if I have that kind of love energy for them. I don't know. I'm confused about my feelings. Are you, though? Are you? Are you confused about your feelings? Or is it that you just don't want to make the radical change? Because I see you literally evoking the strength to walk away from a commitment. One where you feel emotionally absent and not nurtured. If you well and truly feel like it's all on you, like everything's riding on you, then that tells you quite a bit by default, don't you think? In terms of relationship equality, give and take, nurturing, support, love, care, all that stuff. I'm saying that this is the most dissatisfying reading type, and this is, unfortunately, where are we? Yeah, I'm about 50 minutes into this and I'm still not seeing any sort of resolution. These are the worst types of readings, the worst. And this is typically when I'm most tempted to start them over, is when I see major, major points. People who need to make decision, people who need to heal themselves, people who need to understand their energy and what it is they want to see in themselves and in life. All those major points are here with no resolution. Those are the worst types of readings, and I admit that, and it's the only time I'm ever tempted to start over. Unfortunately, I'm 50 minutes deep on this one, so no, we're not gonna. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. You're still confused. Honey, if you, a soul bond is super simple, okay? A soul bond is super simple. And by the way, just because you have Emperor, Empress does not mean they're soul bonded to you. Those are just people of significance in our life. Ideally, they are productive and protective. They typically are both. That's no guarantee of a soul bond, and that's definitely no guarantee of love energy. I have seen a distinct absence of love energy for this person. The only time I've seen your love energy is when it wants to move forward, and then you pull it back. I've seen your heart space several times, and it has nothing to do with this. And you're showing me it here. You're showing him it here. And every time you try to feel feelings, you get really mean on yourself, by the way. I mean, you become quite the hard ass. And then over here, it's like, I just kind of hope things will work out so I don't have to deal with this. So I don't know who I'm talking to today, but let me tell you something. I got news for you. If you are still confused about your feelings and whether or not they're a permanent person in your life and they're a soul bond, guess what? This is something you feel. You don't think. You either know someone you are connected to. And that, don't confuse that. P.S. By the way, in case that's what you were going through, which would make a lot of sense to me now, that you might be confusing the inability to make a decision, the inability to change this situation, with love. Well, if it was easier, then I really wouldn't feel anything for them. No. No, don't conflate the two things, honey. Especially if you are this confused about what is basically relationship energy. I'm not even seeing this as soul bond at this point. I'm seeing this as time built in. No. Well, it's so hard to do. It must be love then. What if they are a soul bond? Maybe that's why I can't leave them. No. 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 It's just because it's hard. And it might be really fucking hard, Capricorn, especially if you feel the decision's 100% on you. That tells me by default what kind of connection you have. If you feel like you're the only one pulling the weight in it. And this is the only time I see you smile. It's when your energy relaxes and it thinks about and contemplates its own freedom. Sense of self and direction of the star pathway. That's when you can kind of feel your love energy. You know? And sense of self. But every fucking time, honey, I see your love energy trying to move forward, you pull it back. You say you're not ready to extend it outwards. And I agree, you're not ready to extend it outwards, but it's not for the reasons you think. It's not for the reasons you think, honey. You want to love and to be loved. You're not getting it from this person, but you keep rubber banding back to them because you insist you don't know what else to do. So no, don't conflate the two. Just because it's really, really hard to make an exit or to make change doesn't mean that you love this person more or that they're soul bonded to you. It just means it's really fucking hard to make change. Even your energy admits it would like to be in love again. That's who I'm talking to today. So you take what resonates, you leave what does not. And I'm on your side. Especially when it seems like I'm not. Those are the times I am the most, because I understand you. I understand where you're coming from, Capricorn. I just need you to be in a position to recognize it too. So you can make a decision, and one that empowers you. And not just like, well, it's all on me. That's not empowerment. That's a begrudging job title. I told you. Are you the maintenance guy of the building? No. You're a human being and you're meant to love and to be loved. And someone either meets those qualifications in partnership or they don't. So don't confuse making it really, really hard to make change with love, because it's not the same thing. It's nowhere near the fucking same thing. It's not even the same ballpark. It just means it's massively inconvenient. So that does not mean that you're in love. And you know that. Your energy, your best love energy, man. I'm talking 2 Kings of Cups, a Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. They're all trying to go out this way, and your energy's like, nope, I'm not ready. I want it. I want it. I want it though, but I'm not ready. That tells me you're not getting it from this person, but you're rubber banding back to them. Because to leave the situation would be hard. I know that, but don't tell yourself it's something more than it is. And I don't think you are. I didn't see the 5 of Swords once. Not even the 7 of Swords. But honey, I can tell you this right now. You're not the maintenance guy. You're not the maintenance girl. You're not the manager or director of a relationship. Okay. If you feel like it all comes down to you, that's not a healthy relationship. Delay, delay, delay. That's all I'm saying. Just when I thought I was going to see some resolution, nope. You're still cracking on. You're still cracking on and delay. You know, it's reminding me of a song. I can't remember. Don't ask me for names and titles. It's just not going to happen. I can remember some of the lyrics. If you could only see the way she loves me, then maybe you'd understand why I feel the way about our love and what I must do. If you could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me. That's what this feels like. A guy who understands the future of his relationship is all on him, because he knows when his girlfriend or whomever says I love you to him, it's blank. If they don't mean it. And he knows that. So in that sense, it is correct. It is all on him, because he knows what he has to do. Because that person is so void of what makes a relationship a good one. He knows it's on him. If you could only see the way she loves me, then maybe you'd understand. You know, how does this person love you? Why do you keep rubber banding in it? Why can't you see yourself in it? Why are you trying to get out of it? Why do you insist on staying in it? You have the markers of love elsewhere, outside of this. How far it runs, I do not know. But it's enough that it makes you feel like you could have new love. Okay? Or that you could be in love again, specifically, I should say. So no, please don't conflate the two. Just because it's really, really hard to leave a situation doesn't mean that you love that person more, that you're soul bonded. Because honestly, honey, when you're soul bonded, you don't have to think about it. You just fucking know. There's so much love in you, and just a gentle, it's quite gentle. It's not loud, it's not angry, it's not violent. It's a gentleness in you that simply just wants to love and to be loved. So what does that tell you about what it is you're getting and what it is you're not getting in this? The thing you keep delaying, delay, 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 delay. Fucking more delay. I was like, death is coming. Okay, here it goes. It's coming. It's coming. Nope. Hanged man. I don't like this at all. The more you insist that you can clamp down on your feelings, the more it's going to hurt you. King of Cups. Emphasis. Yes, thank you. Okay. I don't want this for you, Capricorn. God dang you, Earth signs. Seriously, sometimes, you know, I'm emotionally stubborn, so don't get me started. Trust me. Everybody has pros, everybody has cons. I'm emotionally stubborn. Have fun with that, okay? But God, you earth signs, when it's like, you can double down sometimes in that insistence. Moving forward, not moving forward, even if it's at your own cost, you know? Virgos, yeah. They pried the lid off their shit and dealt with it. Capricorn, honey. If this doesn't fit you, good. Take a look at your last reading. I liked it. It was 2 weeks ago. I think it was called A Very, Very, Very Strong Soul Bond. You and Taurus killed it last week. And now we've got quite the flip. I've tuned in clearly to a different group of Capricorns. Clearly. I think. I don't know. But it's just like in that one where I saw nothing but evidence. Just comparatively. Compare this one to the one 2 weeks ago. That smacked of soul bond energy, so much so I titled it the way I did. You can't confuse it. This connection you're trying to confuse. Well, if it's so hard to leave it, maybe it's because they're my soul bond. No. No. And let's take soul bond out of the equation. Let's just call it love. 6 of Cups. Let's just call it love. Okay? Let's just call it love. Why would you still be confused about that? I still don't know my feelings. I don't know if this is still a relationship. I mean, it's so hard to leave it. Maybe I still love them. Yeah, we're keeping this one. Kind of have to at this point. It's my least favorite type of reading. I hope you get to a place of conclusion, and that's if this fits you. If it does, don't accept it. You offend yourself unnecessarily when you take things that are not yours, such as a reading. Just because it says Capricorn in the title does not mean it was meant for you. Maybe it was 10 years ago. Maybe it will be 10 years from now. But if it's not yours today, then don't fucking accept it. Check your other placements, or I'll catch you on the next one. Real tarot reflects real life. Okay? So take what resonates, leave it does not. Reverse energies as it applies. The Sun, what about it? Some of you might have some strong Leo in your chart, or you could be connecting with Leo energy. I'm not quite sure who this person is over here to you, but the idea of changing it seems too hard and or dramatic, so it's just kind of easier. Someone here, we also have Leo, Gemini, Lovers. What's this? Scorpio. Death to the Wheel of Fortune. Getting the love you need to thrive is conditional. If there is no change to the Wheel of Fortune, this cannot be acquired. Leo, Gemini, Scorpio, as I said. Interesting. God, is it with this Emperor card? God, I get it. Yeah, I got it. You're in charge. You're in control. You're large and in charge. I got it. Okay, with the fucking Emperor card. Yeah, it's that same Emperor card. It's that same Emperor energy. The insistence of, until I know what I'm doing nothing. I have control over this. It's all on me, but I have control over the situation. Again, your reaction to this connection should be speaking volumes to you. Okay. What else, please? Is there anything else? Is there anything else here, please, for Capricorn? Or you are on the split. Please use your intuition. Yes, I 100% fucking agree. Show me. Show me. Three of Wands. You're still waiting on yourself. And you are adverse to that. Conflict in yourself. You actually, kind of a part of you gets angry with yourself for waiting for an answer, waiting for insight. I kind of have to push back on you, Capricorn. You already know as much as you need to know. Anything else, please? Correct. It is your decision, and it's the one that you fight yourself on the most. You hold on to it because you fear change, not knowing what to expect or what may come of it. So we hold back, we plateau. So not only do you hold on to relationship, you yourself plateau. Your energy does. There will be no change. Okay, if you continue on this pathway. That's in regards to that commitment. Okay. And again, that's if this resonates, honey. That's if this resonates. Strength, card of Leo. What about it? Hanged Man. Chariot. Repeating energy. People ask me why I use so many decks. This is why. So I can see repeating energies. Repeating patterns. Okay. The emphasis, the main points. Okay. So, is strength, finding the strength to move forward in love, to be in love once more. No, we hang back from that. We hang back from that. There might be some imperative energy surrounding you, June as well as July, Cancer, Leo season respectively. Yeah. You might be suspending all sense of emotional development or resisting that in-love energy around that time. I don't quite know. It's not coming across this time. It's more as the general sense of the thing. I told you there's something hovering around your energy. There's something hovering around your energy, but it's coming across as a lover's sun. See, that's 8 of Cups to Justice. Understanding that walking away might be the correct thing. Okay. That might be the most balanced way in terms of honoring yourself. Because I got a Capricorn here who feels like they're on their own. And that everything's riding on them. There's someone else here. It would be too inconvenient, too difficult, too hard to change. Too much fear surrounding that change. So we kind of casually hope that things will get better without anything actually changing. So that tells me, again, it's not working. We suspend the brake. And so too do we suspend our emotional development elsewhere. Or the potential for emotional development being in love specifically elsewhere. When you continue to suspend the real world action, everything else around your energy stops too. That's my point. Okay. Here's the 8 of Cups again with Justice. What else, please? You have to give yourself permission. That's all he really boils down to, the Hierophant. He means a lot of things, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to be reductive. He's a great energy. But if I had to summarize him with as few words as possible, permission. Yes or no. That's it. Permission to change. He requires a lot of permission to change. Like a fuck ton. He can become so ingrained in this sense of, but this is how we've always done things, that he doesn't know anything else. So yeah, it can be very scary to take lead, to take action, to be on point. I'm not saying I'm not sympathetic. I just don't want to see you like this. Capricorn. I just don't want to see you like this. I think your connection is speaking volumes to me, even if you can't quite recognize it. As if this resonates with you. I would like to see more confirmation of action, but that's not up to me. Hopefully the next time I tune in, we'll either see something different or I will see progress. I see continuations all the time. It's fairly common. Page of Cups. Water season coming up. As I said, Cancer season. That's not quite right. What is this? That's what it comes down to, honey. Take this connection aside. You being confused about it and your feelings for it specifically. There's only one thing that seems to be consistently true for you, and that you wish you could invest more in your freedom. So like I said, it's the only time I've seen your energy smile. But then you pull away from that thought. You would like to invest more of your freedom into yourself, but you hold back. The 4th might be important. The 9th might be important. We have Cancer season coming up, as I've said. Some very strong Cancerian energy here, specifically that feeling of rush of love, being in love. Yes, for some of you, you're going to feel it acutely coming up. Again, that's Cancer season, but you're also going to withhold from it simultaneously. At least that's what I'm saying. Or saying, I may not see an ease of tension, or you may not see an ease of tension until, hopefully not September. Hopefully not. But yes, I see love aspects surrounding you that are not in this connection. And if you're being honest with yourself, I think that's your point. 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. So before October for some of you. I knew I was going to see your card. Ultimately, we're still undecided about what to do with that commitment. It's grounded. I'm not saying it's not. It might even be stable. Okay? Although it's not terribly productive in love, I admit. Otherwise you wouldn't be searching for it so much, honey. No. There's just some things in life that are a no-brainer. This is one of them. You either are in a 6 of Cups or you are not. Someone either meets those qualifications or they don't. Someone either gives to your cups and replenishes them with equal measure, 6, 3, and 3, equal measure, or they don't. You either feel something to be true or you don't. But don't confuse doing the hard thing with love. A lot of people trap themselves into commitments and relationships thinking, well, I wouldn't suffer so much if I didn't really love this situation or person. You know that's not correct. You know it's not correct. This sense in you that it all comes down to me tells me a lot. Sometimes it feels like a working friendship, acquaintanceship. Sometimes it feels like your roommates, that kind of thing. And the relationship, I know. Cooperative. And your real feelings, Piscean energy, under the moon. 18th might be important to some of you. I'm not really getting too much in terms of dates. I wish I could, honey. Can I get impactful energy, please? Let's try this again. Let's get impactful energy, please. Impactful energy, please. Impactful energy on the timeline. Some sense of... I can see you kind of playing dodge with your feelings, either to someone else or just in the general sense in your own capacity over the summer, despite feeling the enormity of it. Fine. Can I get an impactful timeline, please, for this connection? Can I get an impactful timeline, please? Can I get an impactful timeline, please, for this connection? This Ten of Wands. I mean, it's not true. And it's been there. Three of Swords. Some of you might have started to acutely feel it in March. 3 weeks ago, maybe. But March, that's correlating also with that Empress energy. 3. A very strong sense of feeling about this in March for some of you. I'm sure longer, but perhaps 3 weeks ago there might have been an incident, but for some of you, literally your person is Gemini. The 6th might be important, the 5th might be important. You wonder if your instincts for this person are correct, or that if you continue to stay with them, it's failure. I told you there's other love surrounding you. I already knew that. I already know that. I've seen it many times. I've seen it several times. It's been alluded to, it's been hinted to. And in many ways it pulls you. This I'm not surprised about at all. I want to see this. Show me more of this, please. There is no... And you know it. You know it! You know it! And that's if you resonate, so don't take it if you don't. But you've known, somebody knows that if they stay in this connection, it could literally be with Gemini, it does not have to be, that they're setting themselves up for failure. The love is, Queen of Cups is in reverse. This is never a good thing. We may not want to admit it to ourselves, but we feel it to some extent. I know we do. And I'm saying we as in the collective we, because I'm in there with you. I can feel the energy to some extent. Otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here. Okay. We know it. But you also wonder, again, if you're not wrong. Honey, if you were wrong, that's it. So no, you're not wrong. Like I said, you shouldn't have to question this. I still don't know what to do with it. Yeah, in the real world, the 3D, emotionally, you already know what's up. Again, otherwise you wouldn't be desiring. You wouldn't be desiring love if you had it. Okay, I'm trying to focus in, but it tells me that you guys are still... July. I'll just keep getting reference correct the next water season. It's looking like your energy is going through a stronger sense of push and pull. As best as I'm trying to define it, honey, I cannot narrow it in. I need more people to make changes for me to see stronger energy orientation. I just can't. I can't keep digging for what's not there. I am seeing a fluctuation of energy exchange that is both negative as well as positive over the summer. Okay? It's looking like you have approaching love in June, July. Okay, upcoming, right around the corner in tarot time. And then also further proof of non-development of love elsewhere around that same time. It is a push and pull. This is not a coincidence. Neither is this smorgasbord of energy. They're both running on the current. You were confused because you experienced both. Okay. What do you want to see for this? Am I surprised about this? Fuck no. I knew that. I knew there's something floating around your energy. There is. There is something floating around your energy. And they represent what it is you're not getting. Oh, good night. Sit. That's it. I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out. I can't. I just can't, man. I can't. I'm fucking tapped out. You, Taurus, you exhausted me. Virgo, we got through it. We got through it with Virgo. Oh, I'm tapped out. Capricorn. I had to pause there. I had to think about it. Capricorn, I think, and I know you know more than you're giving yourself credit. I think part of you wants to control this situation because you still feel that you can. Control is not love. I will point that out right now. And because if it was, honey, simplicity at its finest. If you can control love, you would be getting it from the person that you're connected to. So while you feel like it's all on you, you also get to control it for that very reason. You get to say if it stays or goes. So you still get to control it, but that's not love. And yes, I grant you, no doubt this is a very complex situation that you can't just easily exit from, despite your energy wanting to several times. Decides it's freedom, it makes you happy just at the thought. You want to walk away from a commitment. And control isn't love, but sense of self and direction of what is correct for you versus what is not correct. That is true self-love. That is truly righteous, and that is truly doing the right thing, if that helps you. If that helps you. It's scary. Because some of the best things were built on the very it's interesting. Sorry. What was I saying? Some of the best things were built on the foundations of things that did not work out. How else could you have known? How else could you have known? To make it stronger the next time. To make it better than it was. Unless you had a comparison. You cannot make a stronger foundation until you are able to acknowledge and scrap the one that does not work. Then you'll have a better idea of what is right for you. Capricorn. I know this was a hard one, so don't take what isn't yours. I want what's best for you, not what's wrong for you. You do too. That's if you resonate with this. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.